Hello, and thanks for joining me. Periodically I've gotten questions and comments about my t-shirts that I wear on most of my videos. And so I thought it would be fun to at least show a few of my book-related t-shirts out of my collection. I have this t-shirt collection. It sort of grew organically over the last probably 10 years. And I just like t-shirts and if I ran across a t-shirt that I thought was cool, I picked it up if I could. And then one day I realized, you know what? I have a t-shirt collection. I have a shirt collection. I do have quite a few that are based around books or themed around books. But I do also have, other topics. I have quite a few shirts related to mythology, science-y kind of stuff. I had some NASA Space Mission t-shirts and some European Space Agency shirts, other kind of science-themed shirts, events. Sometimes I get, shirts from events. So events or places, like sometimes people will bring me shirts, from somewhere that they visited, or I pick up a shirt somewhere that I visited. So some pop culture, movies, a few movies, TV stuff, sometimes just pop culture in general, sometimes just humorous, just any kind of shirt that's graphic struck me. Sometimes it's just got a pretty graphic, I thought. So, the shirts come in, there's a lot to the collection other than the books, but books are kind of mainly what I'm going to focus on for this little presentation. So, where I get the shirts, I get them all over the place, really. Sometimes they're gifted to me. Actually, my most recent shirt I just got yesterday. This one, this is from the Louvre in Paris. Someone went to the Louvre and brought me this shirt. This is that, graphic of that pyramid thing that's in front of the Louvre. So this is actually my latest acquisition. Not book related, but nevertheless very cool. Can't wait to wear it. You'll probably see that on upcoming videos. But I sort of get them all over the place. I sometimes Kickstarter campaigns. If I participate in a Kickstarter and they have a t-shirt option, then that's the one I contribute at, so I can get the t-shirt usually. Anyway, let's get to the shirts. I'm going to go through, I went through all of my collection and pulled out the book-themed shirts, and so these are all of them. So we'll just run through them very quickly. The first one, this is the latest book-themed shirt that I got. I got this in August. This is Beowulf. So you can see the graphic there, Beowulf. This comes from Out of Print Clothing. Out of Print Clothing does a lot of they really focus on book shirts, but book products. And for the things that you buy, a book is donated to a underserved community. So that's cool. There's Beowulf. And at the same time, I bought The Odyssey by Homer. There's The Odyssey by Homer. This one and Beowulf was highlighting, I don't know if you can tell that that's a metallic looking finish. This was highlighting the book printing technique of adding gilding and things to books that's been around for centuries. This next one is On the Origin of Species by Darwin, Charles Darwin. See that? This one I got from Woot Shirts. Charles Darwin, On the Origin of Species. This next one came out. This is The Hobbit by JRR Tolkien. This shirt came out in 2012. I ran across this shirt back when the Hobbit movie, the first one, was coming out. It's got the ring here. It's kind of like a fake shirt front. This one's so ultra nerdy, I haven't worn it. I don't wear it out that much because it just screams Lord of the Rings nerd, which I am, but, sometimes I don't want to advertise it. Here we have And Still I Rise, a book of poems by Maya Angelou. This is the cover of the 1978 edition of And Still I Rise. Maya Angelou's from Arkansas, which is where I'm from. And when I was in college, my roommate, she came to my college and did guest lectures and stuff. And my roommate was her host and, drove her around and stuff. So that was pretty cool. Got to meet her. Then we have Emma by by Jane Austen. This is also about out-of-print books, and this is also highlighting that metallic book printing technique. Emma by Jane Austen. This one is Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. This is from the first edition, 1936, I think. Let me see, I wrote it down. Yeah, 1936. Brave New World, Aldous Huxley. I got this shirt. This is by Out of Print Clothing, but I was actually visiting my sister in Arkansas, and there was a new little bookstore that opened up in her town, and I went to the bookstore to check it out, and they were selling these shirts. So I was like, yeah, score. Here we have Discoworld. This is the World Tortoise from Discoworld, the Discoworld series by Terry Pratchett. So yeah, I got this one quite a few years ago. This one came from a shirt shop in India. So then this is Alice in Wonderland in German. This is a 1948, the cover of a 1948 German edition, Alice in Wonderland. So this is from Out of Print Books as well. I've worn this one on several videos, I think. Yeah. This next one, this one was a fundraiser for a philosophy club, and I've worn this one a few times too on videos, I believe. This is The Republic, Plato by Plato. Plato's Cave Search and Rescue Team says the front, and then the back says bringing you to the light since 380 BC. So yeah, this was a philosophy club fundraiser that I came across and was like, yep, gotta get that shirt. Here we have a shirt of Shakespeare characters. If you can see that. The A to Z. There's A to Z Shakespeare characters, little cartoon characters. I've had this shirt. I looked it up because I still have receipts, in my email because I don't clean out my email that often. And I was able to find the receipt. This is from 2011. I bought this in 2011. So here we have, this is pretty cool. I bought this. This is the Hamlet shirt. This is the cover of the, I wrote it down, Pelican Shakespeare editions by Penguin. They're new. Here's the back. Hamlet. I ended up buying this at Folger Shakespeare Theater. I was down there in the summer and actually saw it's not the summer, it was the spring, and saw a play actually while I was down there, Timon of Athens. And I picked up this shirt, even though this comes from Out of Print Books. And here we have Twelfth Night. This is the same Pelican Shakespeare editions. This one's Twelfth Night. And there's the back by Shakespeare. I also have the Tempest in this same series, but it's not available for me to show you. It's the only book-themed shirt that I couldn't show in this presentation. So then I'm counting this as a book-themed shirt. This was a Kickstarter campaign from the Museum of Science Fiction that they're trying to get built here in Washington, D.C., and this is their logo, Museum of Science Fiction. They're trying to build sort of the mother of all science fiction museums here in D.C. So yeah, it was a Kickstarter campaign. I definitely contributed at the level of, the back it says, mostly harmless. Yeah. I decided to include it in my bookish kind of collection because science fiction, even though the museum itself will be movies and all popular culture and all culture related to science fiction, to me, science fiction boils down to ultimately a literary form to me. So, all right. So this Campanha Editares 2013, Complete Your Library. This is this was a publisher in Brazil, and someone brought me this shirt. So this is a gift, and on the back it's got some other kind of sponsors, I guess. And finally, this one's just sort of a reading advocacy. Fantastic books and where to find them. It's got an octopus reading. I've worn this one on several videos too, I think, because it's one of my comfy ones that I wear a lot. All right, and then this is Bildungsroman. Bildungsroman, the literary form of Bildungsroman. This is from Outer Print Books. This is a designer they did. They had a designer that did some shirts related to literary forms and literary techniques. And, this is one of my favorite kind of forms to read. I like these coming of age, his spiritual journey kind of stories. And so, of course, I had to get that t-shirt. And finally, the last shirt, I bought this shirt on vacation in Greece. This is not really a book. This is the Phaistos Disc. Can you see that? The Phaistos Disc is from ancient Minoa, from the Bronze Age, like 2000-ish BC, so about 4,000 years ago. And this language has never been completely deciphered. I think the current thinking is that it's some sort of hymn to a goddess, but it's a writing that's so archaic that it's disputed, the interpretation of it, because it's the only real, form of this writing that's ever been found, it's my understanding. And so when I saw this shirt when I was on vacation in Greece, I was like, yep, got to get the Phaistos Disc. This is actually one of my favorite shirts that I wear quite a bit. So that's the book collection, the ever-growing t-shirt collection. So I wear a lot of books for my videos. I do wear a lot of these shirts, but I wear some from my other collection as well. I may do videos about some of the other ones, the myths and stuff. Lately I've been into Yggdrasil, the world tree. So I just bought a shirt. It's been a couple of weeks ago. With Yggdrasil. I have a couple of shirts with Yggdrasil. But anyway, myths are interesting to me, and I just like having this collection that you can wear, right? So it's a very practical kind of collection to have. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed that. Until next time, take care. Bye.